Creating a cozy modern small bedroom on a low budget sounds like one of those things that's easier said than done, but it's actually way more achievable than most people think. You don't need expensive furniture, designer bedding, or a full renovation to make a small bedroom feel warm, stylish, and genuinely comforting. Most of the magic comes from small, thoughtful choices and a little creativity. When you stop trying to copy picture-perfect rooms and start focusing on how you want the space to feel, everything gets a lot easier. The first thing to understand is that cozy and modern aren't opposites. Modern design doesn't have to mean cold or minimal to the point of feeling empty. In a small bedroom, modern style actually works in your favor because it encourages simplicity and clean lines. When you combine that with cozy textures and warm lighting, you get a space that feels calm instead of cluttered. Color is one of the cheapest ways to transform a room, and it matters a lot in a small bedroom. Light, neutral colors tend to make the space feel bigger and brighter, which is always a win when square footage is limited. Whites, creams, soft grays, and warm beiges are great starting points. If painting the entire room feels like too much, even refreshing one wall or touching up scuffed areas can make a noticeable difference. A neutral base also gives you flexibility to change the look later without repainting everything. That said, cozy doesn't have to mean all white. Warm undertones are key. A soft grage, a muted taupe, or a light sand color can instantly make the room feel more inviting than a stark, cool white. If you love darker colors, using them sparingly can work beautifully. A darker accent wall behind the bed or darker bedding paired with lighter walls adds depth without making the room feel smaller. Furniture choice is where budgets can get tricky, but small bedrooms actually need less furniture, which helps. The bed is the main piece, so it's worth making it feel intentional even if it's simple. A basic platform bed or metal frame can look modern and stylish without costing much. If a headboard isn't in the budget, using pillows, wall art, or even a fabric panel behind the bed can create that same visual anchor for almost no money. Storage is a huge part of making a small bedroom feel cozy instead of chaotic. Clutter is the fastest way to kill any sense of calm. Low-budget storage solutions are everywhere if you know where to look. Under-bed storage bins, baskets, and simple shelving can hold a surprising amount of stuff without taking up extra floor space. Using what you already have in a smarter way is often more effective than buying new furniture. Nightstands don't have to be traditional or expensive. A small stool, a stack of sturdy books, or a wall-mounted shelf can work just as well and often looks more modern. The goal is to have a place for the essentials without crowding the room. In small bedrooms, less furniture almost always looks better. Lighting is one of the most overlooked parts of bedroom design, especially on a budget. The overhead light alone usually isn't enough to create a cozy atmosphere. Adding one or two affordable lamps makes a huge difference. Warm light bulbs are essential here. They instantly soften the room and make it feel more inviting. String lights, fairy lights, or LED strips are inexpensive and add a cozy glow that feels modern and relaxed. Natural light also plays a big role. Keeping window treatments light and simple helps the room feel open during the day. Sheer curtains or even simple blinds paired with soft fabric panels can look polished without costing much. Hanging curtains higher than the window frame makes the room feel taller, which is a great trick in small spaces. Bedding is where cozy really comes to life, and you don't need luxury sheets to get that layered look. Mixing textures is more important than spending a lot of money. A simple duvet paired with a throw blanket and a couple of pillows creates that inviting, sink-in feeling. Neutral bedding with one or two accent colors keeps things modern while still feeling warm. Throw blankets are one of the best budget decor items out there. They add texture, warmth, and color, and they're easy to swap out when you want to change. Drape one over the bed or a chair, and the room instantly feels more lived in. Rugs are another great way to add coziness, especially if your bedroom has hard floors. A small rug placed under part of the bed or beside it makes mornings feel nicer and helps ground the space. You don't need a large or expensive rug. Even a smaller one with a soft texture can make a big difference. Wall decor doesn't have to be pricey to look good. In fact, some of the most charming bedrooms use simple, personal touches instead of store-bought art. Framed photos, prints, or even pages from books or magazines can look intentional when arranged thoughtfully. Leaving art on a shelf or dresser instead of hanging it creates a casual, modern feel and saves you from putting holes in the wall. Mirrors are especially helpful in small bedrooms. They reflect light and make the room feel bigger, which is always a plus. A full-length mirror leaned against the wall looks modern and doesn't require installation. Thrift stores and secondhand shops are great places to find mirrors at a fraction of the cost. Plants are another low-budget way to bring life into a small bedroom. Even one plant can make the space feel fresher and more relaxed. If keeping plants alive isn't your thing, there are plenty of realistic faux options that still add that organic touch. Greenery pairs beautifully with modern design and softens clean lines. One of the biggest secrets to a cozy modern bedroom is editing. It's tempting to fill every corner, but leaving some breathing room actually makes the space feel more comfortable. A few well-chosen pieces will always look better than a room full of stuff. This is especially important when you're working with a small room and a small budget. DIY projects can also stretch your budget further. Painting old furniture, swapping hardware, or even rearranging what you already have can completely change how the room feels. Sometimes just moving the bed to a different wall or simplifying the layout makes the space feel brand new. Scent is another subtle but powerful part of making a bedroom cozy. Candles, essential oil diffusers, or even linen sprays add an extra layer of comfort that doesn't cost much. Choosing warm, calming scents helps the room feel like a true retreat. At the end of the day, low-budget, cozy, modern small bedroom ideas are really about intention. It's not about having the newest trends or the most expensive pieces. It's about creating a space that feels calm, warm, and personal. When you focus on comfort, simplicity, and a few thoughtful details, even the smallest bedroom can feel like the best room in the house.